Well, hello everybody, welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G, John Galindo, coming to you live each and every Saturday, only here on YouTube. We'll be joining the Oldies and More Radio Network beginning at 12:30 midnight tonight. I want to welcome you to the October 7th, 2023 Vinyl Treasure Show on this terrible rainy Saturday night. Well, actually, it's not raining. It is 59 and cloudy as it is here in New York City. Well, actually not in New York City, the suburbs of New York in Westchester County, up here broadcasting live in my attic. Not the records are in the no humidity basement, but anyway, welcome to the 50s edition, and lots of your requests tonight. I think I added maybe 3 records to it, so about 50 records tonight, 51 records. Should get through it, and we opened up tonight with, on the D-Tone label, D-Tone Records out of Brooklyn, New York, the pianist... I can't see. My eye has been killing me, tearing me, so it's all blurry. Pianist, organist, pianist, Cliff Driver and his orchestra with a song he wrote, a song called Drive. And I picked that song for a reason. I picked it because I'm celebrating the first week of my new car, and I got 71 miles on it. That's really not a lot of miles to put on a car for the first week, but I figured I'd play it. I saw it in the box. I figured I'd do it. But, of course, he would have a couple more releases. I think Donald Shaw's Neptune label. He has a couple of releases on that label. He was also the house band for that Newark-based label. And I think he had one more release on J&S, which I have in the collection. But anyway, that's January 1958. Cliff Driver and his orchestra on D-Tone Records, song entitled Drivin'. Johnny G is driving today, your DJ, or tonight. So enough of my babbling here. Let's start her off with the vocal portion. And we open up with a flip side from last week. I featured a request for a listener, Gordy Freeman, who is in our YouTube chat room tonight. This group from the Bronx, New York, on George Golner's Rama label. Gordy requested Serenade of the Bells, but I couldn't file this one back until I played the flip side of the 45. It features Bobby Mansfield on lead. This is from November 55. We open up the vocal portion with the Rens on the Rama label. Their tune is called Hey Girl.
Boo, 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 da 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 da. Hey, 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 girl, what is that, girl? Ooh, you got me crying too. Hey, girl, tell me what's the matter with you? Well, now, tell me, pretty baby, what's wrong with you? You don't have to cry because your man is untrue. Tell me if there's anything that I can do. Tell me, pretty baby, what's wrong with you? Hey, 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 girl, what is the matter, girl? Boo, you got me crying too. Hey, girl, tell me what's the matter with you? Well, there's no sense in denying, no, you don't look nice when you're crying. Come on, baby, change that face, 'cause there's a whole lot of guys who like to take his place. Hey, hey, girl, what is the matter, girl? Boo, you got me crying too. Hey, girl, tell me what's the matter with boo, 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 boo. No sense in denying, no, you don't look nice when you're crying. Come on, baby, change that face, 'cause there's a whole lot of guys who like to take his place. Hey, 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 girl, what is the matter, girl? Boo, you got me crying too. Hey, girl, tell me what's the matter with boo.
That's the sound of the Rens to open up the vocal portion of the program there. That's Bobby Mansfield on lead, along with Jimmy Wright and the orchestra. Unmistakable orchestra there. That great saxophone there, November 1955. Those are the Rens. What else did I say? They're 4th of 7 on George Golner's Rama record label. Now, for this release, Hey Girl came with 2 alternate flip sides. And, of course, last week I featured one of them with Serenade of the Bells. The other flip side is called Love Something That's Made for Two. Both 45s I have in the collection. As you know, we count off the music. Well, actually, not yet. Forgot I usually play two up tempos. I forgot this. This is actually a request, and actually, it is unfortunate to hear that last week. With the I heard the passing of the other lead singer of the Cleftones. His name Berman Patterson, and he passed away on October 3rd of 2023. Now he, along with Herbie Cox, sang lead on the Cleftones of songs, and listener Edmund Williams requested a couple of songs tonight in remembrance of the late Berman Patterson. And here's the first one. It's the B-side of the group's 3rd release on George Golner's G record label. The A-side was a song called Can't We Be Sweethearts, a big a hit for the group, and a 45 that my aunt bought back in the spring of 1956. But Edmund requested the flip side, a tune written by Billy Dawn Smith and William Henry Miller. This charted somewhere here in the United States, number 8, too, on WKMC in Roaring, Pennsylvania. And this is by request for listener Edmund Williams. This is from June 56. The Cleftones with Berman Patterson on lead on the G record label. It's a B-side. It's called Neeky Hokey.
Nicky hokey dokey dooey. I love you, baby, can't you see? Oh, chubby dubby dubby lovey dub. Glad I want to give you all my love. Nicky hokey dokey, I'll be glad when you say everything is gonna be okay. Dooby 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 doo dooey. I want you, baby, can't you see? Oh, chubby dubby dubby lovey dub. But I want to give you all my love. Nicky hokey dokey, I'll be glad when you say in your kind of baby loving way. Nicky hokey, say you love me, don't be mopey, slopey pokey. Nicky hokey, say you want me, don't be dopey. We'll be okay, I hope someday. Maybe you say in your Nicky hokey loving way. Slokey pokey, Nicky pokey. Say you want me, don't be dopey. We'll be okay, I hope someday. Maybe you say in your Nicky hokey loving way. Dooby dooby doo dooey. I want you, baby, baby, can't you see? Oh, chubby dubby dubby lovey dub. Yes, I'ma give you, baby, all my love. Nicky hokey dokey, I'll be yours if you say everything is gonna be okay.
As by request for listener Edmund Williams, the sound of the Cleftones there with the late Berman Patterson on lead, June 1956. Nicky Hokey is the name of the tune. That's on George Goldner's G record label. We heard from the Rama label. That's one of his labels. G Records is another one. Again, the great saxophone there of Jimmy Wright and the orchestra. And we'll have another song coming up in the 1956 block. If you requested any records on the program, I play the songs by year. So we move through the show by year. So you hear how the music has changed from 1952, let's say, to 1964. I think that's the last single for tonight, a request from Mike Sape. But we count down the music chronologically here on a Saturday evening. And let's go to Baltimore, Maryland for this group. And it's a request for listener Daniel Kubacki. I saw him in the chat room. I know Joe Shacatano said that he was going to be late, has a special program he needs to watch. And also Kenny Mack is under the weather, and he hasn't been feeling well over the last few days, so he's not up to coming into the show tonight. So we're wishing that Kenny feels better, and also Stormy, you feel better. I hope that everything is okay. But let's we count down the music here. What did I say here? This group out of Baltimore, Maryland, it's a request for listener Daniel Kubacki. They had 6 releases on Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records. Savoy Records, located out of Newark, New Jersey. Now, this group's biggest hit was their first release that came out in 1950, a song called I Will Wait. But Daniel requested their 6th on Savoy, written by the lead singer of the group. His name is Larry Harrison. Larry Harrison on lead. Let's go to May of 52. The 4 buddies here on Savoy. It's called You're Part of Me. This is for Daniel. That's the great sound of the 4 buddies there by request for Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat room. The 4 buddies with their 6th release on the Savoy label. You're Part of Me is the name of that one. Came out of May in 52 on a 78, and then they were pressed later out on a 45 there. Larry Harrison, the great lead of the Four Buddies. Let's continue here on Vinyl Treasures, and we move into 1953 now with a request for listener Bill Olb, who will be my special guest in a little more than 2 weeks, October 16, 2023. He will be doing a gospel special here in the afternoon. 45's in the afternoon from 1 p.m. Eastern Time till 4 p.m. And he just sent me a flyer. Tony O did a great flyer that or poster that looks pretty cool. And I said that sounds good. And Bill's going to come up here sometime next week. I gave him 2 days that he can pick to come up here. We're going to have to set him up in the studio and do some checks. So check for, and when Johnny G might go live, we're going to do like a talk session to see how the voices sound. So we'll be doing that. So be on the lookout for that. But anyway, he made this request here, this group that had this lone release on John Dolphin's Recorded in Hollywood label. Now, this tune first recorded way back in 1945 on the OK record label by the Golden Gate Quartet. But let's move up 6 years. I can't read here. 8 years, not 6 years. 8 years. Let's move up for the Hollywood Aristocats version of this by request for Bill Olb, February 53. The Hollywood Aristocats on Recorded in Hollywood Records. It's called I'll Be Home Again.
I will be home again. Don't worry, dear. I'll be home again. So won't you dry those tears? The promise in your eyes will see me through. There'll be brighter skies when I come back to you. The promise in your eyes will see me through. There'll be brighter skies when I come back to you. Sweetheart, the love you gave me fills my hungry heart. You made life worth the living. Although we are apart, I will be home again. We'll start anew. But darling, until then, all dreams will have to do.
As by request for listener Bill Olb, the sound of the Hollywood Aristocats there. February 1953, that's on the Recorded in Hollywood label, I'll Be Home Again, a tune originally done by the Golden Gate Quartet back in 1945. Now, that music background there provided by Red Calendar and the Red Calendar Sextet. And did you know that Elvis Presley recorded a version of this song in 1960 after he came out of the service. And if you have the LP, it's on the Elvis Is Back LP. I think it came out in April of 1960, but that song is on that label. So Elvis Presley, familiar with that record, and he loved it, and he recorded it. And again, tune in on Monday, October 16th. My special in-studio guest, Bill Old, will be spinning original vinyl 45's, gospel 45's. So tune in for that. When you can go there to the website now and just click Remind Me. So the promo was set up a while back. So just go there and click Notify Me so you'll know when the show goes live. Let's continue here. We move into 1954 with this request for UK listener Indrajit Advani, and he wants to send this one out to Connecticut listener Mike Sape. He requested the Robins, and they recorded for the Bahari Brothers Crown record label, but at this time of this release, July of 1954, the group was officially signed to Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller's Spark label. I think Framed was the song that was out at this time. So the Bahari Brothers said, well, we're going to put out a single that they recorded for us, and but they spelled the name of the group differently. They added an extra B. So they spelled the Robins Robbins. So there's two B's. And the song features Grady Chapman on lead. This is by request for Indrajit Advani in the UK, sending it out to listener Mike Sape, who is in our chat room. July 54, the Robins on Crown. It's called Key to My Heart.
Oh, baby, you got the key, you got the key, so baby please, I'm on my knees. You got the key to my heart, so baby won't you treat me right. Well, your love was so crazy, I jumped up and moved you in. Well, your love was so crazy, I jumped up and moved you in. You got the key to my heart, and now all my troubles begin.
Oh, baby,
you got the key, you got the key, so baby please, I'm on my knees.
you got the key to my heart, so kiss me at the door tonight. Well, I told you in front, you gotta keep yourself in line. Well, I told you in front, you gotta keep yourself in line. You got a key to my house, and I can't find you half the time.
Oh, baby, you got the key, you got the key, so baby please, I'm on my knees. You got the key to my car, so baby you got everything. Well, I thought you was an angel living by the golden rule. Well, I thought you was an angel living by the golden rule. Woman, you ride around moving while I'm out baby like a mule.
That's Grady Chapman. Grady Chapman and the Robins there by request for UK listener Indrajit Advani, sending it out to Mike Sape, listening in Connecticut. He is in our YouTube chat room with July 1954 release there on the Crown label, subsidiary of Modern Records. Key to My Heart is the name of the two. Remember buying that one from the late Mike Demersion. He had, I think that was when I met him at the county center in White Plains, New York, and he brought in all those all those labels. He had boxes of labels, and they were all in order too, so it was really easy to check in my Ken Klee book to check off the records, because was mixing the groups with the R&B stuff and the single artists, so it was easy. But he had some cool ones like that. But anyway, Johnny G babbling on here. We stay in 1954. Let's go back to Brooklyn, New York for this one. It's a request for listener Gordy Freeman. Gordy Chapman. You know, we just heard Grady Chapman, but this is a request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. This group had 6 releases on Sid Nathan's King record label between January 54 and August of 1955, all excellent sides in my opinion, and Gordy requested the group's 3rd release on King. It features Pringle Sims on lead, June 1954. Let's give a listen to The Strangers. The Strangers on the King record label, going out to Gordy. It's called Hoping You'll Understand.
With my pencil in my hand, I'm hoping you will understand. Each word I write means it's goodbye. When you read them, try not to cry. When you return, you'll find me gone. My dear, please try to carry on. I know it's not the way we planned, but I'm hoping you'll understand. You're too nice, yes, much too nice for someone, baby, like me. I'll always love you, come what may. Oh, I'm only sorry it has to end this way. I hope you'll find someone who could love you the way I do. Try to forget me if you can. Yes, I'm hoping you'll understand. I hope you find someone who could love you the way I do. Try to forget me if you can. Yes, I'm hoping you'll understand.
That's the great sound of The Strangers there, June 1954. By request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. That one there, Hoping You'll Understand. Pringle Sims on lead. That one there on Sid Nathan's King record label. What did I say that was? That was their 6 releases. That was their 3rd. Johnny G. I'm telling you, I can't see. I got to call the eye doctor on Monday because this my right eye will not stop tearing, and I know I have allergies, but something's not right. Something's not right in that eye. I got to get it checked out anyway. Let's continue here on Vinyl Treasures, and we stay in 1954. This is a request for listener Big Dave Swinger. I was trying to find my mid copy of this. I think I bought Norm's copy, Brian. I think he had this record. You can double check, but I needed an upgrade. This is a record. This is one I paid $1 for from when Joel Scherzer was selling out back in the 1980s, and it's not in great. It plays okay, but it's got some scratches in it, and the label's kind of messed up. But I think Norm had a nice mint copy of this, and I won it in that auction. But actually, this is the B-side. I take it back. Okay, the B-side of the Harp Tones "Sunday Kind of Love" was the song called "I'll Never Tell," and that record came out in November of 1953. Now, a year later, the song was re-recorded by this gal from Detroit, Michigan. Her name, Bunny Paul. Now, the song belonged to Ed Bruce, owner of the Bruce record. I'm sorry, Monty Bruce, not Ed Bruce. What am I doing tonight? Monty Bruce, the owner of Bruce Records, the Bruce label. And he decided to loan out the Harp Tones to back her up on both sides of this 45. I think she does Honey Love on the flip side. But Big Dave Swinger requested the B side, and he did the same, I think. He loaned the Harp Tones out to the Woodside singers. They backed her up on "So Soon" and "Love Me." That was on the RCA subsidiary X label, which I have somewhere in my No Humidity basement. But anyway, this is a pretty nice version here from August of 1954 by request for Big Dave Swinger in our YouTube chat room. It's Bunny Paul with the Harp Tones. It mentions it on the label, on the Essex record label out of Philadelphia. And her rendition of the tune "I'll Never Tell" with the Harp Tones backing her up.
I'll never tell, I'll never ever tell you, no, I won't ever tell, I'll never ever tell.
Ask a rose just how it feels when a bee its honey steals. Ask a star fallen from the sky, or a robin that can no longer fly. Ask the sun behind the clouds, or a dream that's torn apart. But don't ask me, for I'll never tell how you broke my
I'll never tell, I'll never ever tell.
Ask the moon that shines above, or a fool who's been in love. But don't ask me, for I'll never tell
How you've grown
my heart.
There you go, scratches and all. That is Bunny Paul. Bunny Paul and with the Harp Tones backing her up. That one there, August 1954. I'll Never Tell, originally done by the Harp Tones, of course, on Bruce. This is on the Essex label out of Philadelphia there. Do you believe I was collecting that label? If you believe it, paying 10 cents and 25 cents for singles on that label. Anybody need any records on the Essex label? Come over here and check them out. And I don't know what I was thinking, because again, I didn't know what else was on the label, although there is that Medallions on the label. That is a hard one. There's a couple others on there that are kind of like borderline, and of course Bill Haley and the Comets are on there too. Anyway, Johnny G babbling on here. Let's continue here. We stay in 1954 with this group out of Newark, New Jersey, and it's a request for listener Evan Blatt. in our YouTube chat room. This group had 2 releases on Bess Berman's Apollo Records. Now, Evan requested their first, and the song written by 2 group members, Alonzo Johnson. He was second tenor for the group, and the lead singer on this song, his name is Larry Bogar. Larry Bogar on lead, October 1954. Let's give a listen to The Gentleman. The Gentleman on Apollo Records, going out to Evan. It's called Tired of Love.
I used to cry every time you heard me. Yes, but pretty baby, my crying days are through. And now it's bye, baby. I'm getting tired of you. I worked hard and gave you all my money. Yes, and then you treat me like an old worn out shoe. But now it's so long, baby, I'm getting tired of you. You laid out all night, you wouldn't treat me right. Yes, you have had your fun. Yes, but now you plead full days are through, and things you did by 2 and 2, you have to pay for one by one. Now I'll never cry another tear of sorrow. Yes, now it's your turn to be so sad and blue. Yourself another fool, 'cause baby, I'm so tired of you. So tired of you.
You used to stay out all night, baby, and you just wouldn't treat me right. Yes, you had your fun, but now your playful days are through, baby, and the things you did 2 by 2, you're gonna have to pay for them, girl, yes, one by one.
I'll never cry another tear of sorrow. Yes, now it's your turn to be so sad and blue. Go get yourself another fool, 'cause baby, I'm so tired of you.
That's by request for Evan Blatt in our YouTube chat room. The sound of The Gentleman there. That's their first of 2 on the Apollo label, October 1954 release. Tired of Love is the name of the tune. Larry Bogar, the lead singer on that. I have 2 copies of that 45, believe it or not. I don't know how I ended up with 2 copies of the record, but anyway, I do. But there you go. Great tune there for Evan. Let's continue here. Let's move into 1955 now. We go back to Brooklyn, New York, and this is a request for listener Kenny Mack, who is under the weather tonight. He'll tune in on the archive, and we hope that he's feeling better. And this group had 3 releases on Jack Covey's Tin Pan Alley label, and the A-side of this was their first on the label, a tremendous ballad called I Love Only You. But Kenny requested the flip side that was written by the second tenor of the group, Joe Gowder, and he's also the lead singer on this. This is the jump side, and I was thrilled to find this record for $1. Again, the guy that I used to meet at the Yonkers Raceway Flea Market, he would be there before me, and I thought I was there really early, and we're talking about the late 70s. 70s, or mid 70s. I was still in high school, so I would drive there every morning 6 o'clock, get there early to beat out the other record collectors that were running around. And he would see me, and he had a fedora hat on and these sunglasses and a goatee. He looked like a beatnik. And he said that, Johnny, I don't buy your group records. I only collect classical. I said, really? He goes, you don't believe me? Here, look what I bought. And he shows me all these classical LPs. So I said, he goes, I'm on the lookout for you. Got to go to the lady over there in the first aisle. She's number 3 in there. She's got some really good ones. I saw one on the Checker label. Check it out. So he would direct me. I'd see him there. He was there with his younger son. His name was Marty. I forget his last name. It was Marty. And he said, Johnny, you got to come down to the Bronx because I got some 45's there, and I'll sell them to you for $1. And this record was in there, so I was thrilled to get this for $1. It's from December 55, the Mellow Harps on Tin Pan Alley, going out to Kenny Mack. It's called Ain't Got the Money. That's going out to Kenny Mack there, the sound of the Mellow Harps. The Mellow Harps there, that's their first release on the Tin Pan Alley record label, December 1955. Ain't Got the Money is the name of the tune. Joe Gowder, he's the lead singer, also wrote the tune. That's what I would tell Spence. Before Spence was coming here to the house, I mean, he would come every week to visit me here in my home. He would bring me like 4 boxes of records, and they would be all different prices, but they were marked. I don't know if he got them from Kenny Fuchs or what, but he would bring them over to me, and I would test play them on my... But prior to that, I would meet Spence in Rockland County behind the Home Depot, because I was working in Newark, and I was working for a big utility company in Newark, and he'd call me and he says, Johnny, can I meet you? I got some records, and we'd be talking for hours. My mother's like, Johnny, you coming home for dinner or not? And I would tell her yes, but I'd meet him in there, and he'd come out of his car, and he would bring me a box of records. So he said, I got some records I want to show you. So he takes out a Stone Mint copy of 219 Train by the Moonglows. It was a nice mint copy. It's the white label. So I said, he goes, I'm giving you, before I bring this to who's going to buy this, you get one shot. If you want to take this record, you can have it. And I said, well, what's the price? I don't know. It was I think he had 7,000 on, 7 or 8, somewhere around there. And I was like, I sang this song, Ain't Got the Money, but I Got Plenty of Love. That's what I sang to him. But anyway, and I would have loved to play that on my set too, because he would bring over rare records and he'd let me hear them on the set. And some of them I didn't take. Like the first copy of Bohemian Daddy, it was trashed. I ended up going to Sal, I think. Sal in Connecticut ended up buying it. And then I got another copy he brought me that I got for lesser money. But anyway, Johnny G babbling on here. Let's continue here, and let's stay in 1955 with this request for Jim Lampley in Texas. Now this gal, she's from the South. I really couldn't find exactly where. I'm reading the King bios because I was doing last minute checks on Charlene. Now, first recording for the MGM label back in 1955 with Art Mooney and his orchestra, but she would sign with Sid Nathan's King label in 1955. She had 4 releases on the King label, and this was her first. Jim requested her first, a tune written by Rudy Toombs and Henry Glover. This charted number 5 on WWOK in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, this is sort of an answer song. Listen to the lyrics of this. It's interesting. It's an answer song to the Dominoes' 60-Minute Man. And the uncredited group in the background supposedly is the Four Fellows. I always thought it was the Admirals, maybe on her other releases, maybe on the next one. But supposedly, I think, Marvin, you had the Four Fellows backing her up too, I think. But that's the same group that recorded for the Glory label. But it's from August 55. This is going out to Jim Lampley in Texas. It's Kathy Ryan. Kathy Ryan on the King record label. It's called 24 Hours a Day, parentheses, 365 days a year. This is for Jim Lampley in Texas.
To love you 24 hours a day, 365 a year. I'll be faithful, kind and true. Baby, don't have no fear. I'll love you 24 hours a day, 365 a year. Well, every little moment that passes with time will always find you on my mind. Every little second, every moment between will be some more time for me to dream. We'll get along, and that's for sure. The day you make it clear, you love me 24 hours a day, 365 a year.
Every little moment that passes with time will always
As going out to Jim Lampley in Texas, that's Kathy Ryan. Kathy Ryan and the uncredited Four Fellows backing her up. August 55 release on the King label, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Yes. Those are records I was picking up, not for a lot of money, but I was running the King record label anyway. And when I would get a set sale list, like from Doug Hanners in Texas, he'd always have records like that on the list. It wasn't that they were ultra rare at all in any means. They were cheap. So for $6 and $5 and some, I was taking chances buying the records anyway, and he had them categorized anyway by genre. Johnny G babbling on here. Let's continue. We stay in 1955. This is a request for listener Amnon. This is a trio. This trio from New York City, and they were in films and recorded in the early 1940s on various labels. They were known as Day. Wait, is it Dusk? No, Day. Yeah, Day, Dawn, and Dusk. Wait, Charlene, what do you got here? Day, Dawn, and Dusk. Okay, now Day is really Bob Carver, Dawn is Eddie Coleman, and Dusk was Gus Simmons. And they first recorded for the Destiny label back in 1953. Then in 54, they had a release on Herald, which I did see in the box. And then this one that came out, this is their third release on Bess Berman's Apollo record label. The tune written by band leader Charlie Laverne. And this is from July 1955. This is by request for Amnon. Day, Dawn, and Dusk on Apollo. It's called Miss Petunia for Amnon.
Excuse me, mister, but does Miss Petunia live here?
What? You again? You came last night and the night before. Go, go, go. Now don't you ring my doorbell anymore. Go, go, go. 'Cause there ain't no Miss Petunia living here. Go, go. Please don't ring, ring, ring. The doorbell don't ring, ring, ring. The doorbell don't ring, ring, ring. The doorbell don't ring, ring, ring. 'Cause there ain't no Miss Petunia living here. You wake me up just so when I'm fast asleep. Go, go, go. Come banging my door just like a midnight creep. Go, go, go. I told you ain't no Miss Petunia living here. Go, go. Please don't ring, ring, ring. The doorbell don't ring, ring, ring. The doorbell don't ring, ring, ring. The doorbell don't ring, ring, ring. 'Cause there ain't no Miss Petunia living here.
Yourself, here it is.
Before you bring my aching feet down here,
I didn't know you lived on the top floor.
No, there ain't no Miss Petunia living here.
You missed out, try next door.
Please don't ring, ring, ring. The doorbell don't ring, ring, ring. The doorbell don't ring, ring, ring. The doorbell don't ring, ring, ring. 'Cause Miss Petunia, she ain't living here.
As by request for listener Amnon there, that's the sound of Day, Dawn, and Dusk. And the UK listener is going to dig that one there. July 1955. That's on the Apollo record label. Miss Petunia is the name of the tune. Is there a little parentheses under there? No, there is not. There you go. And I think I had the one that was filed. Those other two I have in the collection. Well, two of them. I don't have the Destiny one. But I do have the one on the Josie label because, of course, that's another label that I collect. Anyway, as we continue here for a Saturday evening, and up next, a request for listener Gordy Freeman. Now, I purchased this 45 on my first, I think it was I only went into Ronnie I's store, Clifton store, twice. And I think it was the first time I went in that he sold me this. Clifton Music in Clifton, New Jersey. And this great group out of Harvey, Illinois, first started recording as the El Rays on the Checker label. That's a great record, which I have featured here on the program. But then they changed their name to the Dells. This was their second of 13 on Vivian Carter's VJ record label. This charted number 3 on WILY in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The great Johnny Funches on lead. This is from December 55, going out to listener Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. The Sound of the Dells on VJ and their great tune. It's called Dreams of Contentment.
Sweet dreams, wow. Sweet dreams of you, wow. Dreams that foretell, wow. The love in my heart, wow. Sweet dreams, wow. Dreams of contentment, wow. Wishing for you, wow. And feeling so good. Sweet dreams of you brings back memories of you, reminds me that I love you, and you love me too, but you've gone. Oh yes, yes, you've gone. Sweet dreams of you, dreams coming from my heart, and searching for you.
That's the sound of the Dells there, December 1955, on the VJ record label Dreams of Contentment. That's going out to Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat. I wish I had Tell the World. Bob Hannes requested that, and that wasn't the only one. There was another person that requested that a long time. I think it was Nick Nicola. When he requested, he goes, Johnny G, can you play Tell the World? I says, I wish. I would have liked to have Rich Crizz's copy, and I don't know where that went, because I know he had a copy of it, but that is a hard. I'll even take it on 78, but I don't have it. I've never seen a copy of that Tell the World. No, I have not. Anyway, let's continue here on Vinyl Treasures, and here is a request for UK listener Indrajit Advani, and he wants to send this one out to Johnny G. Of course, he didn't know that I bought the new car, so he had a couple of requests that were car-related, although I will tell you that Carvana, they were supposed to come pick my parents' car up on Friday, and they kind of reneged, and I had to redo it, and they took another $1,000 off, which I was not happy with. But look, I am happy to get rid of the car, and somebody told me they don't know what they got themselves into to replace a hybrid battery. That is not an easy thing to do. But listen, that's why I wasn't going to spend $9,000 to put a new battery in that car. No way. So I ended up with the 2024 Honda SUV anyway. But Indrajit is sending this one out to Johnny G, and it's a car song. Now, many songs dealt with cars back in the 1950s, I guess because of the popularity, the teenage car clubs back then. Are there any car clubs now? They do have classic cars, though. I see it all the time. Sugar Bear Sterling, aren't you driving a classic car? I think you are. I know John Clemente has one. Dave the Rave has an old Camaro there. I don't know what year it is. But this group had a number of car-related songs. Buick 59, Coupe de Ville Baby, Push Button Automobile, 59 Volvo. I don't think I would be in one of those. And this 45, this is their third release on Dootsy Williams' Dutone record label. Vernon Green on lead. This is their third of 12 on the Dutone record label by request for Indrajit, sending it out to Johnny G. The Medallions from May 55 on Dutone. It's called Speedin'.
To meet my little girl, 'cause she's sweetest in the world. I'm speeding, I'm speeding, I'm speeding, gotta be on the way. Oh, my car is new, my motor's fast, got a tank full of ethyl gas. I'm speeding, I'm speeding, I'm speeding, gotta be on the way. Oh, hey, hey, hey. Why don't you see? I'll send this. Come on well, why don't you? I rode down from many blocks. All of a sudden I saw a cop. I'm speeding, I'm speeding, I'm speeding, gotta be on the way. Oh. Man, I don't want to slow down, man. I can't, man. I'll get you on for New Year's, man. You can't drive anyway. Look at him. Oh, watch out. Hey, man, to the dolly, man, to the dolly. Oh, that is, man, that is. Bam! Blow. I done had a flat, man.
Never mind that, buddy. Where's your license?
I'm scared.
There you go. Those are the Medallions there. The Medallions from May 1955. It's on the Dutone record label. Speedin' is the name of the tune. That's by request for Indrajit Advani, sending it out to Johnny G there. You know, I got caught speeding on the on Route 21, and I actually was scared because it was Route 21 in Newark, New Jersey. The speed limit is like 55 there. So, and this is like 2 or 3 years ago. So I must have been going 75 and a 55. I think they clocked me at. So it was 2:00 in the afternoon. I'm never on that road. They let us out early for the holiday. So I'm in the left lane, and that road isn't the greatest, but you can speed on that road. There's a lot of accidents I was going from Newark, trying to get to the Garden State, so going toward Passaic. So I didn't see the guy tailgating me in the back, but it was an undercover police car. So it wasn't until I got almost at the end of the Route 21, and I saw him, and it pulled me over, and I was like, oh, now I'm really cooked. So the guys came out of the car. They were there for the longest time, and so the guy, he's on the passenger side, and he says, can I see your license, your registration, and your insurance card? And of course, I had my PSENG name tag on my belt, so he was able to see it. So he said to me, he asked me, he says, you work for that company? And I said, I do. And so he said, okay, I'll be back. So he comes back, and he gives me a warning. And I was like, a warning? I was going 20 miles over the speed limit. I was like, holy cow. I mean, that was like big points on the license. So I was so thankful, these two guys, that they let me go. And then after and this was a while back, so I called George Tompkins about it. I said, do you know anything, what was with this? And he said, well, they probably were not, you were on their radar, but they were looking for guns and drugs, and they checked you out, and that's why they gave you the warning, or they would have tagged you. They would have gotten you. So I have to be thankful. I got out of a couple of tickets. I did. So anyway, but I don't drive fast anymore. I don't have enough power in my foot to press that hard. Anyway, Johnny G babbling on here. Let's continue here. And here is a flip side from last week, talking about cars. Record hound Darren sent out a record to me by Charlie Calhoun, a.k.a. Jesse Stone. Jesse Stone and his orchestra sent out a song to me called I Don't Know Why the Car Won't Go. That was another car record with all my car problems. But a listener, Jim Lampley in Texas, wanted to hear the flip side. And it's Charlie Calhoun and his orchestra. Charlie Calhoun also going under the name Jesse Stone. He's on a lot of those with his orchestra, arranging and producing. You'll see him quite a bit. But this is on the MGM record label. It's from April of '55. Let's give it a spin. Charlie Calhoun and his orchestra on MGM Records, and his rendition of the tune. I think the Jacks do this, but I don't know who did it originally. But it's smack dab in the middle. This is going out to Jim Lampley in Texas.
Pick me a town in any clime where people like a rockin' time and stay awake both day and night till everybody's feeling good and right, and then throw me smack dab in the middle, it should be smack dab in the middle, fling me smack dab in the middle, and let me rock and roll to satisfy my soul. 10 Cadillacs, a diamond mill, 10 suits of clothes to dress to kill, a 10-room house, some barbecue, and 50 chicks not over 22, and then throw me smack dab in the middle, flop for me, smack dab in the middle, chunk of me, smack dab in the middle, and let me rock and roll to satisfy my soul. A 100 bands with chorus girls, a street that's paved with natural pearls, a wagon load of bonds and stock, and open up the doors at Fort Knox, and then throw me smack dab in the middle, hurl of me, smack dab in the middle, plop for me, smack dab in the middle, and let me rock and roll to satisfy my soul. A lot of bread and gangs of meat, oodles of butter and something sweet, and gallons of coffee to wash it down, bicarbonate of soda by the pound. Then throw me smack dab in the middle, picture me, smack dab in the middle, chunk of me, smack dab in the middle, and let me rock and roll to satisfy my soul. And let me rock and roll to satisfy my soul. And let me rock and roll to satisfy my soul.
That's going out to Jim Lampley in Texas there. That's Charles Calhoun and orchestra and some group backing them up. Could have been the Q. Well, I don't know about the Q. Well, it could be. Could be the Q's, maybe. I don't know, but it's April 55. It's on the MGM record label. Smack Dab in the Middle is the name of the tune. Johnny G's Smack Dab in the Middle of the Vinyltreasure show as we continue here. If you have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. If I have the 45, I'll play it. I couldn't find two requests. Still looking. It was a creator. Is it the... Charlene, was it the creators or the creations for Adrian? And also, there was a Rayovax that Evan Blatt requested that I couldn't find. I don't know where it is. It's checked off, so I have it somewhere. But I did find the ones I didn't find last week. I will tell you that much. But anyway, we continue here. We move into 1956. This is a flip side from last week. This group out of Philadelphia, PA, played Round and Round for Rick in Philly on the MGM record label by a group called The Notes. Let's flip it over here because it's a great two-sided 45. Their first release, though, came out on the Capitol label in 1956. They followed it up with this release on MGM. And I think this song was originally done back in 1937 by Mildred Bailey, but I have it. A lot of people recorded this. Didn't the Foster Brothers do this? Trust in Me, and also, is it? Oh, it's on that Jaguar. Is it the Jaguar label? I can't remember it. Somebody go check it out on the Jaguar label. 4 Cousins and a Buddy or something like that. I have 2 copies of that 45 too, by the way, so I'm losing my mind tonight. September 56, The Notes on MGM with Ray McElwain on lead. It's called their rendition of the tune Trust in Me. Jeez, if you trust me, forget it.
Darling, give your love to me. Make my life like a song. If you just believe in me, nothing can go wrong.
Trust in me in all you have the faith I have in you. Love will see us through as long as you trust in me.
Trust in me.
Come to me when things go wrong. Cling to me, darling, I'll be strong. Yes, we can get along as you trust in me. While there's a moon above, and be sure. I love you. Stand beside me all the while. Faith the future with a smile. Trust in me and I'll be worthy of you. And I'll be worthy of you.
That's a great two-sided 45. The notes there, September 56. Trust in Me. That's on the MGM record label. Let's continue here. And up next, a request for listener Ronnie Sherman. Got to say hello to Ronnie Sherman. Hope you are busing those students okay. I guess you are. And Ronnie, a big collector. I see him here at the Sheraton. Is it the Sheraton? No, it's not the Sheraton. I forget what the... JohnnyG's really in a fog tonight, but I see him at the record show. Yes, I do. But the debut single for this group, this is the debut single for this group from Brooklyn, New York. It's on Jack and William Angel's Neil label, and this actually kicked off the Neil label. This is Neil number 100, a tune written by Les Cooper, and some of you know who Les Cooper is. He would have a big instrumental hit in 1962 called Wiggle Wobble, also associated, or was he a member of the Charts? He also wrote songs for the Charts on the Everlast label, but he wrote this tune for a group called the Young Lads, and it features young Ronnie Watson on lead. We go to August of 1956, going out to Ronnie Sherman, the Young Lads on the Neil label. It's called I'm in Love.
I'm in love with you, baby. You're the cutest girl I know. Oh yeah. I'm in love with you, baby. You're the cutest girl I know. Oh yeah. Before I met you, baby, I never had no place to go. Oh no. I used to sit in my window watching all the pretty girls. Oh yeah. I used to sit in my window watching all the pretty
Kitty Leeds here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. That's for our listener Ronnie Sherman. August 1956, The Young Lads. The Young Lads, their debut single on the Neil label with Ronnie Watson on lead. I'm in Love is the name of the tune. If you're in love with the Vinyl Treasure Show, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the thumbs up. If you dig what Johnny G is doing, become a subscriber and click get all notifications so you know when Johnny G goes live, as we continue here with this rare, ultra rare 45 out of Syracuse, New York. It's a request for listener Paul Michel. In 1956, the members of this group were all students at Madison Junior High School. They would add a lead singer by the name of George Bebo Singleton, who wrote this song and record this for the local Vesta label. So by request for listener Paul Michel, November 1956 release, The Rhythm Cadets. The Rhythm Cadets on the Vesta label, and their tune called Dearest Doris for Paul.
Dearest Doris, dearest Doris, I love you, my angel from up above. Can't you see you're the girl that I love? Will it ever be? How I try to forget you, but I'm always feeling blue. Please come back to me. The plans that meant the most to me are those dreams I share with you. Oh, 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 yes, 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 I need you. Without you, I feel so blue. The memories that I have will always be as we live from eternity. Please come back to me.
There you go. That's going out to Paul Michel, November 1956. The Rhythm Cadets. The Rhythm Cadets on the Vesta label. Dearest Doris is the name of that one. George Bebo Singleton on lead. He also wrote the tune. Now, I love Bebo Singleton's release on the Stentor label. Great tune called The Shrine of the Echoes. Of course, both those records, that one and this one, sold to me by Greg Surik. I tell you, he supplied me with some very rare records. This one, of course, more expensive than that Stentor label, and he pushed me to the limit of whatever I would spend on a 45. It was this one and a few others, but many of them Greg sold me to my limit. And of course the other one would be Spence, but of course I had others that I did purchase, from Ken Benedict and others through the years, Jerry Diaz for instance. that did sell me some very expensive records, but really never went more than four figures, I will tell you that much. But anyway, let's continue here. We stay in 1956 with a request for Kenny Mack as we go to Chicago, Illinois for this group. This is on Eli Toscano's Abco record label, and of course Abco would later become the Cobra label. I think they changed in August of 56, but if you collect the Cobra label, you got to start off with Abco records. And this group, this song written by the group's manager, his name is Ted Daniels, and the group is called the Ripcords, not the Ripcords. Zach, maybe you're thinking of the Ripcords that did Hey Little Cobra. No way, it's not. This group out of Chicago. It features the bass of the group on lead, Lester Martin. Let's go to June of 1956, going out to listener Kenny Mack. The Ripcords on Abco. It's called Let's Do the Razzle Dazzle. This is for Kenny.
I feel to see you, baby, when you're alone. I don't want you hanging around my home, so we can do the razzle dazzle.
Yeah, we can.
Do the razzle dazzle.
Yeah, we can.
Do the razzle dazzle.
Well, I want you to hold me. Yeah, pretty baby, won't you kiss me?
Kiss me, my
Pretty baby, tell me you miss me.
miss me, my
Pretty baby, then
we
well,
do the razzle dazzle.
yeah, we will
Do the razzle dazzle.
yeah, we will
Do the razzle dazzle. Do it all night long, 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 long. Right now, do the razzle dazzle. Right now, do the razzle dazzle. Right now, do the razzle dazzle. We can do the razzle dazzle, baby. Do it all night long, 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 long.
Well, would you hold me?
Hold me,
Yeah, pretty baby,
baby.
won't you kiss me?
Kiss me,
Yeah, pretty baby, let me miss me.
miss me, my pretty baby. We do the razzle dazzle.
Yeah, we will
Do the razzle dazzle.
Yeah, we will
Do the razzle dazzle. Try me one more time.
Yeah, baby.
Try me one more time.
Baby.
Try me one more time. Try me one more time.
As going out to listener Kenny Mack there, the sound of the Ripcords. June 1956 on the Abco label, a song entitled Let's Do the Razzle Dazzle. I bought the record for, I remember when I got it, I played it on Dan Romanello's R&B review. Yeah, I Love You the Most, doo-wah, that's what I bought it for. But anyway, Johnny G here on a Saturday. Let's continue now. And here's a request for listener Joe Shacatana, who will be arriving a little late, so he's going to miss his request. Going to have to hear it on the archive. And this group, they are from Roselle, New Jersey, and this is their only release. Came out on Joe Leibowitz's premium record label, Premium Records, out of Linden, New Jersey. It features Marion Saunders on lead. This is from August 1956. Let's give a listen to the Escorts. The Escorts on the premium label. This is going out to Joe Shacatano. The song is called one word. It's called Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry. please love me again? Darling, please love me again.
That's going out to a listener, Joe Shacatano, the sound of the Escorts there, August 1956. That's on the premium record label. Marion Saunders, she's the lead singer on that. That's her only record, unfortunately. Too bad. So next time you play the board game Sorry, you can start singing. That's what I used to do. I used to play with I like to play board games with my siblings. You know, we would do it a lot every holiday, you know, when they would come over with their, you know, my nieces and nephews. They would all like to play these board games. They had to beat their Uncle Johnny in Monopoly. That was the goal. And that was my brother's goal, by the way. My youngest brother, Michael, he's my youngest brother. He said, I have to beat my older brother. He finally did. He was jumping all over the place. He was so happy he beat me one time. But anyway, I digress. Let's continue here. This is a request for listener Evan Blatt. This group, they were known for their backup sessions, first with Atlantic Records, backing up various artists as the Rhythm Makers, the Gliders, the Ivory Tones, the Blues Kings, or the Playboys. They were also farmed out to the Groove label. They're recorded as the Four Students, but I don't know on all their releases, but some of them they were the Four Students, but they also had their own recordings. First recording for Lamp back in 1954, then with Jubilee Records in 1955. Then they signed with Capitol to have 5 releases. This was their very last release, written by Charles Calhoun, a.k.a. Jesse Stone. You heard him earlier in the show on MGM Records. He wrote this tune. This charted number 5 on KJR in Seattle, Washington. Features Jimmy Breedlove on lead. This is going out to Evan Blatt in our YouTube chat room. Here are the cues. The cues from November 56 on Capitol. The song, another one-word title. 3 letters, though. It's called Why.
I said, baby. She said, what? I said, come here to me. She said, I said, honey. She said, yes. I said, give me a kiss. She said, I said, why, oh, why, oh, why don't you love me? Don't you love me? Why, oh, why don't you love me? Don't you love me? Why, oh, why don't you love me? And she said, 'cause I know you'll break my heart. I said, darling. She said, what? I said, let me hold your hand. She said, I said, sugar. She said, yes, I hear. I said, don't you understand? She said, I said, why, oh, why don't you love me? Don't you love me? Why, oh, why don't you love me? Don't you love me? Why, oh, why don't you love me? And she said, 'cause I know you'll break my heart. Sweetheart, she said, huh? I said, won't you trust me, darling? She said, I said, tell me. She said, what? I said, won't you marry me? She said, Then I said, why, oh, why do you love me? Do you love me? Why? She said, 'cause I know you love me too.
Those are the Q's, Jimmy Breedlove and the Q's there from November 56. It's going out to Evan Blatt in our YouTube chat room on the Capitol label, their fifth release. A song entitled Why is the name of the tune. You're talking about Scrabble, Tony Crosby. Barbara one time invited me up to her pool at her complex. So I said, you want to play Scrabble? We'll do that in front of the pool. So I did that. She was killing me, okay? Killing me, but I think I was down like 200 points, but I was hitting triple word score with, X's and J's and V's and all those big letters, and I came back to beat her, and we took a picture of it and we posted it on Facebook, and somebody said, there's no such word as that, and that was a big word that I did. I said, yes, there is. There's a word. I said, are you challenging me? And she didn't want to challenge me, but I thought it was a word, but she said I cheated, but I didn't cheat. Anyway, Johnny G here on a Saturday evening. Let's continue here. Here's a flip side from last week. Featured the sound of the Harp Tones last week. Willie Winfield and the Harp Tones by request for listener Gordy Freeman. The song was called Three Wishes, and that was their first of three on George Gollner's Rama record label. This week, Darrell Letts asked for the flip side of that. Let's go to August of 1956, the great Harp Tones, Willie Winfield and the Harp Tones, the flip side of Three Wishes, going out to Darrell Letts in our YouTube chat room. It's called That's the Way It Goes for Darrell.
I still remember the day that we met. Your smile is something I'll never forget. And since that day my love grows and grows. And that's the way it goes. The way it goes. I've spent a lifetime just waiting for you. But from now on, dear, my searching is through. For you can make all my dreams come true. And that's the way it goes. From out of nowhere, you came into view. Now I'm completely in love with you. You walked right in, my heart walked out. You took its place without doubt. Oh, won't you please open your heart to me? For since I've known you, you're all that I see. You are the one girl that my heart has chosen. That's the way it goes. It goes.
As going out to Darrell Letts in our YouTube chat room. That's the sound of the Harp Tones there. Willie Winfield and the Harp Tones, August 1956. That's the way it goes. George Gollner's Rama record label. We continue here on Vinyl Treasures. As I lose my pages here, being stuck together here. And we stay. Is this one more 1956? Yeah, still got two more in 1956. And we go out to the West Coast. West Coast. How about this is for UK listener Eddie Votex, and he wants to send this one out to all the dancers that are going to the Rhythm Riot weekend in Camber, Camber Hastings, wherever that is, on the 10th to the 12th. No, in October 10th to the 16th. Evidently, that is quite a big to do. I think I asked Indrajit about that, and he said the tickets were sold out. So that is a big thing. Everybody flying in from all over the world, really, to go to this Rhythm Riot. So we'll say this is a request for, and that maybe they'll be dancing to this record. I don't know, but this group is originally from Portland, Oregon. First recording Spirituals for the Savoy and the Musicon labels. They were known as the Deep Tones. That was back in 1948. Then they recorded as the Four Deep Tones on the Coral label in 1951. Then they ended up moving to Brooklyn, New York, moving from Brooklyn, New York to Portland, Oregon, and changed their name to the Highlighters. I thought they were originally from Portland, Oregon, but anyway. So I guess this is their first single under their new name, the Highlighters. And it's on David Levitt's Celeste label out of Brooklyn. Some rare records on the Celeste label, by the way, for you collectors out there. The members of this group were Wiseman Moon, Furman Haynes, Calvin Williams, Claude Chandler, and lead singer George Vereen. And this is I guess. Okay, so let's give it a spin here. This is from 1956, going out to Eddie Votex. These are the Highlighters on Celeste Records. It's called Ain't Giving Up Nothing for Eddie Votex in the UK.
If you want my loving, you gotta love me too. Yeah, if you want my hugging, you got to hug me. I ain't giving up nothing, ain't getting nothing from you. If my kisses thrill you, you got to thrill me too. Yeah, or if you want my money, you got to say I do. I ain't giving up nothing, ain't getting nothing from you. Yeah, and if you ever need me, dear, I'll always be around. If I got a work to keep you up, you got to help me when I'm down. If you want all of me, dear, you got to give me you. Yeah, if you want my honey, you got to be sweet too. I ain't giving up nothing, can't get nothing from you. Yeah, and if you ever need me, dear, I'll always be around. If I got to work to keep you up, you got to help me when I'm down. If you want all of me, dear, you got to give me you. Yeah, or if you want my honey, you got to be sweet too. I ain't giving up nothing, can't get nothing from you.
There you go. That's going out to UK listener Eddie Votex, sending it out to all the dancers going to the Rhythm Riot weekend. I told him I would plug that. There you go in Cambridge. Is it Cambridge or Cambridge, Charlene? That one there next week. He's going next weekend, the 12th to the 16th. So we'll send that one out to all those dancers attending that. Now, this group, I've never played this on the show before. I had to find the record. It's been in the box for years. Never played it on the show. I paid $200 for this record. I don't know what it sells for now. I've never seen a copy for sale before, but this is the same group, though, that recorded on the High Heiko label, and I think they have two, but I have one of those Heiko releases, which is another rare 45. And later they recorded on the Robin Nest as the Stereos. That's another single I do have, but that is much later for this group. Anyway, let's continue here on Vinyl Treasures, and let's go back to our remembrance to the late Berman Patterson, one of the two lead singers of the Cleftones from Queens, New York. Now, this is a request for listener Edmund Williams, and I think I played the flip of this last week, String Around My Heart, and I think that was a song that actually Edmund did request that, I think. But we're going to flip it over here tonight, as he also requested the flip side. This is with Jimmy Wright and the orchestra, and the late Berman Patterson on lead, October 1956. The Cleftones on G, again with Jimmy Wright and the orchestra. It's called Happy Memories. This is for Edmund.
Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, shoot. Ooh, bop, bop. Ooh, shoot. Ooh, bop, bop. Ooh, shoot. Ooh, bop, bop. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop, bop.
Well, lovely day, lovely night. I kissed you and held you tight. Ooh, ah, those happy memories. Ooh, well, you are fine and dandy, and you are sweet as candy, till I can't forget that wonderful night last June. I remember the time when you said you cared, and when our love we both did share. Say, come back, darling, and help me, dear, to bring back those happy memories. Oh, you are fine and dandy, and you are oh so handy, till I can't forget that wonderful night last June.
Bop, bop, bop.
I remember the time when you said you cared, and when our love we both did share. Say, come back, darling, and help me, dear, to bring back those happy memories. Oh, you are fine and dandy, and you are sweet as candy, till I can't forget that wonderful night last June. 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 That wonderful night last
That's by request for listener Edmund Williams there. The sound of the Cleftones from October 1956, George Goldner's G record label, and that great saxophone there with Jimmy Wright and the orchestra. Happy Memories is the name of the tune, and of course the late Berman Patterson on lead, as we remember Berman Patterson. Let's continue now, and up next, a request for listener Bob Hannes in our YouTube chat room. This group originally from Bakersfield, California, first recording for Larry Mead's Vita record label, and that was back in 1955, but then the group fell apart when lead singer Joe Grundy, he was drafted into the Army, And the group became, or I should say some of the group members became associated with Buck Ram, and he may have managed them even for a time. He would sign them to his Antler label. They had 2 releases on the Antler label. This is their second that Bob requested. It features Eddie Williams on lead. This is from September 57. Let's give a listen to the Colts. These are the Colts on the Antler label, going out to Bob Hannes in our YouTube chat room. It's called Guiding Angel.
Guiding angel, and see me standing here. Look down, guiding angel, and lend a little ear. I want you, guiding angel, please tell me what to do. I yearn happiness, guiding angel, I love you. Look down, guiding angel.
Nah, honey, nah, I know you see me standing here.
Look down, guiding angel.
Come on, sugar. Give me just one little old sweetie here.
I want you, guiding angel, please tell me what to do. I yearn happiness, guiding angel, I love you.
That's a great tune there by the Colts. The Colts there going out to Bob Hannes. The Colts on the Antler label, as I lost my place here. And that features Eddie Williams on lead. Of course, Eddie Williams, he was sang with a group called the Aladdins on Aladdin. Also sang with the Fortunes on the Decca label. He was lead there with the Colts from September 57, Guiding Angel. Let's stay in 1957 with this request for listener Jim Lampley in Texas. These are the Dell Vikings, but the Dell Vikings on the Mercury record label. And I'm sure many of you are familiar with the Crip Johnson version of this song. But the Dell Vikings on Mercury, they also recorded this. Let me see. Norman Wright is on lead with this rendition of the song. This is from September of 1957, the Dell Vikings on the Mercury label. This is for Jim Lampley in Texas. The Dell Vikings with the Mercury rendition of I'm Spinning. Those are the Dell Vikings, but the Mercury version of that, of course, I prefer the Phoebe or the Dot version of that. I don't know, maybe I don't know, nobody plays that version at all. But anyway, there you go. You can hear it. That's going out to Jim Lampley in Texas, September 57, the Dell Vikings. On the Mercury label, I'm Spinning. Let's continue here. Yes, I guess, Tony, you're right. Maybe wanting to sound a little bit like Little Darling. It definitely had that sound to it. And up next, a request for listener Jimmy Amato. I saw Jimmy in the chat room there. Jimmy, hope you're feeling better. And he requested this group on Ernie Young's Excello record label out of Nashville, Tennessee. I can't find any info on them, and they're called the Glad Rags. Okay, the Glad Rags. This is from September of 1957. It's on the Excello record label. It's called Just One Love for Jimmy Amato.
There's just one love, dear, no matter where I go. There's just one love, dear, for you I'll show. There's no other way to show my love for you. There's only one love, dear. Oh, stay by my side. Stay by my side. I'll go over in the valley of evil, walk by the pretty blue sea, and I'll stop there, sit on the bank until I have you by my side. There's no other way to show my love for you. There's only one love, dear, for you I'll show. I'll go over in the valley of evil, walk by the pretty blue sea, and I'll stop there, sit on the bank until I have you by my side. There's no other way to show my love for you. There's only one love, dear, for you I'll show. For you I'll show. For you I'll show. For you I'll show. For you I'll show.
There you go. That's for Jimmy Amato there. Got to backtrack on that Dell Vikings. Charlene had the wrong information in there, as she did not check to see the lead singer on that was really William Blakely. But anyway, there you go. So this one, I don't know anything about this group, the Glad Rags. I guess they're out of Nashville, Tennessee. September 57 release. Just One Love is the name of that one on Ernie Young's Excello record label. Let's continue here in 1957 with this request for Gordy Freeman, and this song dates back to 1927, a tune written by Hoagie Carmichael and Mitchell Parrish. And this one, a request for Billy Ward and the Dominoes. Of course, they first recorded for Sid Nathan's Federal record label. Also, a bunch of releases also on King, Federal and King. Then they signed to Liberty with 6 releases. This was their first, and actually a pretty big hit for the group. And it's great that this was a hit for the lead singer on this, Eugene Mumford. This charted number 12 on Billboard 5 on the R&B chart, a big number 2 record on WJR in Detroit, Michigan, and it's from April 57, going out to Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. This is Eugene Mumford on lead with Billy Ward and his Dominoes on the Liberty label, and their rendition of the tune Stardust.
And now the purple dusk of twilight time steals across the meadows of my heart. High up in the sky, the little stars climb, always reminding me that we're apart. You wander down the lane and far away, leaving me a song that will not die. Love is now the stardust of yesterday, the music of the years gone by. Gone by. Sometimes I wonder why I spend the lonely night dreaming of a song. The melody haunts my reverie, and I am once again when our love was new, and each kiss an inspiration. But that was long ago. Now my consolation is in the stardust of a song beside a garden wall. When the stars were bright, you were in my arms. The nightingale tells his fairy tale of paradise where though I dream in vain, in my heart it will remain my stardust melody, a memory of love's refrain.
That's by request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat. A great tune there. Billy Ward and his Dominoes with Eugene Mumford on lead, the great voice of Eugene Mumford. April 1957 on the Liberty label, their rendition of the tune Starlight. Now, Kenny, it's amazing that I don't know how it happens this way. I'm sure that Kenny wasn't talking to Gordy, but Kenny requested a Stardust also, but not by Billy Ward and the Dominoes. And not that I'm comparing the two, because no one could compare to the lead vocal there of Eugene Mumford. But this is a rendition of the same song as done by the Jive Bombers of a Bad Boy fame. And this was on Herman Lubinsky's Savoy record label. And this is their 4th of 5 on Savoy. Features Clarence Bad Boy Palmer on lead. So this isn't a comparison, because I would vote for the, if I was voting on this, of course, it's the Billy Ward and the Dominoes, hands down. But let's leave a listen to this rendition for Kenny Mack, April 58. This was released in April 58 on Savoy, the Jive Bombers version of Stardust.
Sometimes I wonder why I spend that lonely night dreaming of a song. That melody holds my reverie, and I am once again with you when our love was new. Inspiration. That was long ago, my consolation. But Judy side the garden wall.
As by request for Kenny Mack, sung in their style. That's why you can't really compare that to the great vocalization of Gene Mumford. But not a bad rendition of the tune there. The Jive Bombers there. April 1958, their version of Stardust on the Savoy record label, and that's with Clarence Bad Boy Palmer on lead. Let's continue here on Vinyl Treasures. Actually, this is a request for Indrajit Advani, and he wants to send this one out to Kenny Mack, who unfortunately is not tuned into the program. He'll have to tune in on the archive, as this singer was a member of the Dominoes, actually sang lead for the Dominoes back when they started, 1950, I think, and then he left the group in 53 to join the Drifters, and became the lead singer of the Drifters until July 55, when he went solo. And he was very successful as a soloist on the Atlantic record label. And also when he moved on, even onto Mercury Records, he had some pretty decent hits for Mercury, like Lover Please and others. But Indrajit requested his 16th of 17 on the Atlantic record label. This charted number 3 on WINX in Rockville, Maryland. And I'm talking about Clyde McPhatter. Now, this was released in April of 1960, but it was recorded sometime in 1958. And the vocal group backing him up here, I think the Cookies and the Q's are backing him up on this release. So by request for UK listener Indrajit, going out to Kenny Mac, Clyde McPhatter, and groups from April, released in April 1960, recorded in 1958 on Atlantic. It's called Deep Sea Ball.
Deep in the ocean at the Catfish Hall, all of the fishes had a deep sea ball. First came a whale tipping on her tail, then came a tadpole along her trail. They were rocking, ooh, they were rolling. They were rocking and rolling, rocking at the deep sea ball. Then came the lobster, he was doing the flop. Then came the codfish doing the hop. Oh, Mrs. Octopus was doing the stroll, while Mr. Salmon did the rock and roll. They were whaling, ooh, they were sailing. They were whaling and sailing, whaling at the deep sea ball. Oh, Davy Jones was leading the band. He had a pretty mermaid holding his hand. Then came the seahorse kicking up his heels. He got charged from the lead he killed. They were digging, ooh, they were sagging. They were zigging and sagging, singing at the deep sea ball. Said Mr. Starfish shining bright, we'll have a ball here every night. All of the fishes from the 7th sea stayed in party just as long as you please. They were whaling, ooh, they were sailing. They were whaling and sailing, whaling at the deep sea ball. They were rocking and rolling, rocking at the deep sea ball. They were rocking and rolling, rocking at the deep sea ball. They were rocking and rolling, rocking at the deep sea ball.
There you go. That's a dancing tune there. That is a Clyde McPhatter. Clyde McPhatter with the Cookies and the Q's backing him up there by request for Indrajit Advani, going out to Kenny Mac. Released in April of 1960, but recorded in 1958. Deep Sea Ball is the name of the tune. That one there on the Atlantic record label. Here is a flip side from last week. I featured a request last week for Jim Lampley. This group from Washington, D.C. They were known as the Marvels. Or Marvels. No, yeah, Marvels, not Marvels. Marvels. And the side that was their debut single, played the A-side called I Shed So Many Tears. But let's give a listen to the flip side here before I file it back down in the No Humidity basement. This one from July of 58. It features Sam Gilbert on lead. These are the Marvels on the Lorry label. It's that powder blue styrene. I've never seen a stock copy of this. It's a styrene copy from July of 1958. It's called So Young, So Sweet. The Marvels.
I met a girl who was so young, so sweet. She made my life, my whole life so complete.
Cute and sweet, just in her teens, taught my heart what true love means. So young, so sweet, so very sweet. My love, my love, my love, my love, my love. She's so tender, so warm and sweet. I surrender whenever we meet. She has won my loving heart, and I know we'll never part. So young, so sweet, so very sweet. My love, my love, my love, my love, my love. She's so tender, so warm and sweet. I surrender whenever we meet. She has won my loving heart, and I know we'll never part. So young, so sweet, so very sweet. My love, my love, my love, my love, my love. So young, so young, so young, so young, so sweet. So young, so young, so young, so young, so sweet. So young, so young, so young, so young, so sweet. So young.
Those are the Marvels, the Marvels from July 58. That one there, that's their debut single. That's the B-side. So Young, So Sweet on the Laurie record label. Sam Gilbert on lead. Of course, in 61, they had two releases on the Win, W-I-N-N label as the Marvels. They added an extra L. There you go. And anyway, but let's continue here. Now, here is a request for listener Mike Sape in our YouTube chat room, and he wants to send this one out to Leo, Lenny G, wants to send it out to Rob, and wants to send it out to Rick in Philly, who I don't think is in tonight. But this group is from Columbus, Georgia. They had two releases, although their first one was re-released a year later on the Win record label, but they were known as the Teen Tones, and all the members met while they were students at Baker High School in Columbus, Georgia, and they wrote this song. It features Gerald Powers on lead. This is from January 58. This is on the Nuclear, N-U-C-L-E-A-R, the Nuclear label, the Teen Tones, by request for Mike Sape, going out to Lenny G, Rob B, and Rick in Philly. It's called Gypsy Boogie, the Teen Tones.
I was walking down the street last Saturday night. A little chick really looked alright. She strolled over to me, put her hands on my waist, and said, how'd you like to go down to Madam Lula's place and do a gypsy boogie woogie? And man, really doing it right. She had a bright red turban and a big crystal ball, and when she told my fortune, oh mama, that's all. She wiggles to the left and she wiggles to the right. She rocks and rolls till broad daylight. We did a gypsy boogie woogie, and man, really doing it right. Do a gypsy boogie woogie, and man, really doing it right. I was walking down Saturday night. Ah, the little chick really looked alright. She strolled over to me, put her hands on my waist, and said, I'd like to go down to Madeline's place and do a gypsy boogie woogie, and man really do it
There you go. Those are the Teen Tones. The Teen Tones from January 1958. That's on the Nuclear label. It's got a probably nuclear label, but it looks like it's got like an atom bomb logo on there. Gypsy Boogie is the name of the tune. That's with Gerald Powers on lead. There you go. And hope you were dancing to that, Lenny G, Rob B, and Rick in Philly. And speaking of Mike in Connecticut, he wants to send this one out as we move into 1959 to listener Joe Shacatano. And this was a record that was not released. It was recorded though in February of '59, but it was not released until Al Brown, bandleader Al Brown, sold his tapes. They were in his closet for 13 years till 1972 when this record came out. This is on Tony D'Ambrosio's A&G record label. He purchased the masters from Al Brown, actually both sides of these, and there was really no name. I think according to him, there was no name of the group on the master tape, so Tony decided to call them the Fascinations. And he just made that up. But it's definitely Al Brown and his orchestra, and they really should have been released. I don't know why they didn't release both sides. The flip side of this is a cool up tempo, and this is the B side. Originally recorded in February of 59, but released in 1972. And it's from Mike Sape sending it out to Joe Shacatano, who is now in our YouTube chat room. The Fascinations on A&G. It's called Since You Went Away.
My friends all tell me that you're not for me, but I still love you. I'll never set you free. Do 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 do.
My friends all tell me
There you go. Those are the Fascinations released on the A&G record label. That's Tony D'Ambrosio's A&G record label, recorded in February '59, released in 1972. Since You Went Away, that's by request for Connecticut listener Mike Sape, sending it out to Joe Shack-Ateno. We continue here with the requests. Indrajit Advani sending another Carr song out to your host, Johnny G. Of course, he didn't know that I got the new Carr, but I can tell you that the Vinyltreasure show sounds great in the car. I plug my Android in, and it is amazing, the sound quality on the speakers. I will tell you that. But this group is from Renton, Washington. First recording in 1957 for the Fable label. This was their next release, came out on the Capitol label, and was their first of 4 for the Capitol record folks. And the members consisted of Alan A. Capp, Stan Farber, Ron Hinklin, Ron Rolla, Bob Zerwin, and let's see. This song was originally done by Eddie McDuff in 1959 on the Argo label, but this is a rendition of this song by a group called The Eligibles. This was a number 25 record on WCOP in Boston, Massachusetts. Let's go to May of '59. A request for Indrajit Advani in the UK, sending it out to your host, Johnny G. The Eligibles on the Capitol label. It's called Car Trouble.
Car trouble on a lonely road. Car trouble on a lonely road. Car trouble on a lonely road. Car trouble on a lonely road.
I picked up my baby about 7:45. Her dad said, don't keep my girl out late. Be back home at 10:30 or else
Car trouble on a lonely road. Car trouble on a lonely road.
Didn't have time to go to see a show. Nothing to do, no place to go. So we drove to the lake and we parked beneath the tree.
Car trouble on a lonely road. Car trouble on a lonely road.
We were listening to music on the radio. Before we knew it, it was time to go. I stepped on the starter and I didn't get a sound.
Car trouble on a lonely road. Car trouble on a lonely road.
We started in walking back to town. Couldn't get a ride, everybody turned us down. As we walked in the gate, I could hear her daddy yell,
"Stop! What you doing? Let's get that road down, let's get it!" Car trouble on a lonely road. Car trouble on a lonely road. So listen, you fellas, take a tip from me. Don't park too long beneath the trees, 'cause if your car won't start, then your goose is cooked, but good. Car trouble on a lonely road. Car trouble on a lonely road. Car trouble on a lonely road. Car trouble on a lonely road.
There you go. Those are the Eligibles. That one there requested by a UK listener, Indrajit. Sending it out to your host, Johnny G, with his new car. I'm not going to say that I never had car trouble. I'll tell you about it. May 1959, the Eligibles on Capitol with Car Trouble. They had later releases on the Mercury label. They appeared on the TV show Make Room for Daddy also. They were also on Shindig, and they backed up Bobby V on Liberty Records back in 1964. My car trouble, you know what car trouble is? Being stuck on the Tappan Zee Bridge with bumper to bumper traffic and your car overheating. It was funny because I had some trouble with the Cadillac, the 2010 DTS Cadillac. So either the thermostat, something was not cooling the engine. So when it was nice and cold out, I never overheated. But once it started to get a little hot, and the engine wasn't cooling, I'd be driving, and I'd see that, the temperature gauge, it's up there in the red. So once it goes into the red and the car starts shaking, the oil is destroyed, you got trying to pull over to the side, it is a disaster. So I was trying to get off the bridge. I'm going, please, cars, move. I was like ready to drive. There wasn't really much of a lane at the time. And now the Mario Cuomo Bridge has got all these like wide lanes and whatnot, but you're stuck in traffic trying to go over that bridge. I did not want to be caught on that bridge there, but eventually I pulled into like there was a diner there right when you come off. It's now a Honda dealership, and they came and they towed the car, but they finally figured it out. But it was hopefully, knock on wood, the Honda will not give me any trouble. Anyway, Johnny G's car trouble. There you go. Let's stay in 1959 with this request for Emnon. When I first heard this song, I thought I was listening to Earl Lewis and the Channels, because this group, especially on this song, sounds so much like Earl Lewis and the Channels, but it's their only release on Bob Thiel and Steve Allen's Hanover record label out of New York City, and the only release for this group, known as the Fluorescence, and it's a request for listener Emnon. March 59, the Fluorescence on Hanover. It's called The Facts of Love for Emnon.
The facts of love.
They sounded like the Channels there. By request for listener Emnon, those are the Fluorescence. The Fluorescence on the Hanover record label, March 1959. The Facts of Love is the name of the tune. That's also on, I think, Candlelight. That's Wayne Sterling put that out on the Candlelight record label. He must have liked that song, possibly, but he ended up getting the rights to that song. Let's continue here. This is a request for Adrian Viterbo, listening in Mexico. He requested the flip side of this on the August 5th show, I think it was, that you requested the flip side of this. Oh, here we go with the copyright police are out already. It hasn't even been 3 hours yet. But this duo, they are from Norfolk, Virginia. First recording for ABC Paramount Records in 1957 as Jerry and Wayne, and also recorded as the Newton Brothers. And the flip side of this, what was it called? I can't remember nothing, I'm telling you. This is COVID fog. But I'm going to have to check it here, as I cannot remember The Real Thing. Gee whiz, Johnny. The Real Thing. Adrian Adrian requested the A side of the 45 in August, The Real Thing. This week he requested the flip side. Now I wonder, it would be interesting if Wayne Newton could sing this in Vegas now. I don't know, maybe he had too much plastic surgery to his face. He won't be able to emulate the words as well as he did. Definitely his voice has changed a lot. But he was only a teenager at the time. So this is for Adrian Viterbo, July 1959, the Newton Brothers with Wayne Newton on lead. This is on the Capitol label. The song is called I Spy, for Adrian. That's the flip side of The Real Thing. It's called I Spy, for the FBI. No, I Spy. July 1959, the Newton Brothers there. Wayne Newton on lead on the Capitol label. That's by request for Adrian Viterbo, listening in Mexico. He's in our YouTube chat room. And his voice at that time, it definitely changed. Lucio Ball behind him quite a bit with his career in promoting him. So he had a lot of people helping him, where he's down at a big Las Vegas act now. I still think he is doing those shows in Las Vegas. Johnny G doing his show here in Westchester County, New York. Hope you're digging on the tunes. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends about it. I take your requests. You can send them to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. If I have the 45, I'll spin it. If I don't, well, you're out of luck. And if I don't find it, you're out of luck. And I reserve the right to not play certain records on the program. That is a fact. So try not to have any big hits, both on my 60s and on this show, because I am at the mercy of the copyright police. They were out there a little bit. They were just talking to me, so they just left. So we will continue here. And here is a request for listener Mike Sape. He wants to send this one out to Jimmy Amato. I can't tell you much about this group. I picked it up at the Springfield, New Jersey show many years ago. I was walking out the door. This guy had a box of records, and I saw this Mascot 45, B. Castle's Mascot label, the same label that the Book of Love came out and Been So, Book of Love by the Monotones and the Pastels, Been So Long, were originally on this Mascot label. So I says, I don't have this record. What is this? And I didn't even play it, but the guy wanted, I think, like $12 for it. So I took it, and I got home and I listened to it. It's a pretty cool record. and it's from December 59 by request for Mike Sape in Connecticut, going out to Jimmy Amato, the Supremes on Mascot Records. It's called Just Yell.
Just yell, yell, yeah. If you need me, yell, yeah. If you want me, yell, yeah. I'll come running, 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 great deal of speed. Oh, just yell, yell, yeah. If you're lonely, yell, yeah. If you want me only, yell, yeah. I'll come running, 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 yes indeed, because I love you, and I need you, yeah, that's the least I can do, just yell, if your heart is aching, if you think your heart is breaking, I'll come running, 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 bending knee. Oh, 'cause I love you, and I need you, and that's the least I can do. Yeah, 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 a little louder, and yeah, stronger. I'm on my way. No, I won't fail you. I'll be there. Just try me and see. Just trust in me. I want you to yell. Come on and yell.
December 59 release there for the Supremes. The Supremes, that one there by request for Mike Sape, sending it out to listener Jimmy Amato. Just Yell is the name of that one on the Mascot record label. We move into 1960 now with this request for Ronnie Sherman. This is on the Marquee record label. Now, the only problem is this record is a styrene press, and I bought this for $2 out of Joel Scherzer's collection. You know, styrene can sometimes have an annoying background noise, which this record does. I tried to get a nice copy of this on eBay. It had some scratches in it, but it played nice, and it went for like crazy money, which was surprising to me. But I know George Tompkins, the late George Tompkins, used to request this from me all the time, and I'm not happy with this press, but I've had it in my collection for a long time, looking for an upgrade too. But I'm guessing this group is out of Houston, Texas. It's on Marquee Records. They're called the Romancers, and it features Wilbert Burleson on lead, and this is by request going out to Ronnie Sherman, September 1960. The Romancers on Marquee. It's called Meet Me at the Altar for Ronnie.
will start. Yes, we'll start all
Yeah, there's that styrene background crackle there. But anyway, it's still a great record. It is. September 1960 release. The Romancers there. Wilbert Burleson, yeah, Wilbert Burleson on lead. That's on the Marquee record label. Meet Me at the Altar. That's for a listener, Ronnie Sherman. A great request there. Let's continue here in 1960. Now, here's a request. He's been waiting all night long. This is for Zachary. Zachary in our YouTube chat room. He requested a hit here, so let's hope that the copyright police don't come out and arrest Johnny G on this. And he actually wants to send this one out to someone, so we will do that. This is a singer from Patterson, New Jersey, and many think he just had one release on Bill Lashley's promo label out of New York, but this was his big, I guess Zach requested his biggest hit, but he had 4 releases on this label. But this is his biggest hit. He's being backed by a group called the Revelettes, and they were sisters. They were Jackie and Evelyn Klein. There were 2 sisters, Jackie and Evelyn Klein. Dottie Hallstock, and this tune written by Phil Medley, and Jimmy was 15 years old when he recorded this in 1958, but it wasn't released until he was 17 in 1960. I didn't know that. This charted number 5 on Billboard, 8 on the R&B chart, number 1 on WHIL in Boston, Massachusetts. Let's just hope the police don't come get me on this, but this is a special request for Zachary in our YouTube chat room, and he wants to send this one out. He wants to dedicate this song to Pam Popiel and her friend Lauren from Syosset, New York. There you go, Zach. This is for you. July 1960, Jimmy Charles on the promo label. It's called A Million to One.
A million to one. That's what our folks think about this love of ours. A million to one. They say that our love will fade like yesterday's flowers. They're betting everything that our love won't survive. They're hoping in time we'll forget each other's life. A million to one. They feel we're too young to know the meaning of love. A million to one. That they've forgotten the dreams that we're dreaming of. But we'll forgive them because we love them. After all is said and done, they're one in a million. A million to one. one.
As going out to Zachary in our YouTube chat room, that's the sound of Jimmy Charles and the Revelettes there, July 1960, a big, big hit for him, 1,000,000 that's on the promo label from July of 1960. As the Copyright Police came out, there they are there. They are there as I thought they might be, so let's just hope they don't shut my video down. It's not a big deal. If they let me take the record off, that's fine. I could take out the audio, but the unfortunate thing is all your chatter goes away. They resave the file after they remove it, they resave it. They can't save the chat, which is a shame because I don't have it saved up on my side either. But that's the unfortunate thing. And sometimes they don't let me remove the song either. I'll remove it, but let the video play. That is what again, I am beholden to them, and I can't fight City Hall. No, I can't. But let's continue here on Vinyltreasure. Let's go to Los Angeles, California for this group that first recorded as the Gladiators on the Dig label back in 1957. I have featured that record here on the program, but this is a request for both, actually, who requested it before you, Daniel, was Matey Campboy, my #1 California listener. Matey Campboy requested this, and then you did too. I mentioned to you that Matey also requested it, so I'm killing two birds with one stone with this request, going out to Matey and Daniel. And this group that known as the Gladiators in 57, they would change their name with some personnel changes into the Glens. And this Glens group included Renee Beard, who was Stymie's brother in the Little Rascals, believe it or not, and Carl White, Cleo White, and lead singer Billy Mann. Now, this was issued on two labels, both out of Los Angeles, California. Originally came out on the Latini label, which I showed you, but I just don't like the sound on the Latini label. I'll play it for you after the second release, because then it came out in 61 on the Sudden label, which sounds better in my estimation. So I'll play the second press in this case, a tune written by Don Altfield and Jan Berry. Jan Berry wrote this song? Well, that's what's in there. Oh, I wonder if is that Jan Berry of Jan and Dean? I don't know. Originally released in September of 1960 on the Latini label. I'm playing the 61 press. These are the Glens for Matey and for Daniel. The Glens on Sudden called Cherish My Love.
She came from up above. I gave her all my love. She's the treasure of my heart. Cherish my love. Love me forever. Cherish my love, and I leave you never. All that I know is I love you so deep in my heart. Whoa, cherish my love. Don't go away. Cherish my love. Don't leave me astray. All that I know is I love you so deep in my heart. When I see you, I want to hold you. When you're away, I feel so blue. But now you're with me, and I can love you, and my love grows stronger every time we meet. Cherish my
There you go. Here as Johnny G gets caught. I'm looking for a record here. Billy Storm. I look like I'm missing one, Charlene. But anyway, there you go. That's going out to Matey Campboy there, and going out to Daniel Kubacki, The Sound of the Glens, with Billy Mann on lead, September 1960. That's on the Sudden label. That's actually the second label from for that release. But let's give a listen a little bit to the Latini release. Let me get this off here for a second. And listen to the sound quality of the original release here, the Cherish My Love by the Glens, because this is the first label, which is out of 965 South Magnolia Avenue in Los Angeles, California. So here is how, this is the original here on Latini. Listen.
She came from up above. I gave her all my love. She wanted to treasure my heart. Cherish my love. Love me forever. Cherish my love.
So there you go. I didn't want to play all. Actually, I needed some time to find this Joe Shacatano write-up because I didn't copy it in on my sheet here, which is not like me to do that. As we move into 1961 here, is that yeah? What is going on here? Did I mess up here? I'm looking at my sheets. And maybe I messed up here. Did I not print out a page here? But anyway, so here you go. This is a request for a listener, Joe Shacatano, as I am totally confused here. Let's see. Okay, if are you familiar with a song called by a group called Hank Blackman and the Killers, a song called Everyone Has Someone, came out on the Brent label in April of 1962. Well, prior to that recording, Hank Blackman and the Killers recorded as J.J. Jackson and the Jackals. And this is a request for listener Joe Shacatano. They were from San Diego, California, and the lead was really June Jackson. And this is the first of two that they had on the Storm label out of Los Angeles, California, a song written by the lead singer. So let's go to September of 1960 for J.J. Jackson and the Jackals. This is on the Storm label, going out to listener Joe Shacatano. It's called A Lifetime from Today for Joe.
Will we be together in ecstasy? Will love be with you and me? A lifetime from today. Lifetime today. Oh, will we say, darling, it's been so nice
paradise, a lifetime from today. Oh, will we remember the kisses that thrilled us both so much? So much. Oh, will we remember the passion we knew with each tender touch? Oh, will we have sweet memories of years gone by, locked in our hearts until we die, a lifetime from today.
There you go. That's going out to Joe Shacatano there, the sound of J.J. Jackson and the Jackals from September of 1960. It's on the Storm record label, A Lifetime from Today. Of course, they would later record as Hank Blackman and the Killers with Everyone Has Someone. That's a great record on the Brent record label. Johnny G here on a Saturday evening as I am missing a few of these. I don't know what happened here. When I was copying these darn things in as this, what happened to the write-ups, I don't know. But who is this? This is Jay. Here I am typing. This is Jay, not Day. Here you go. JND. Okay, let's go to a flip side from last week as I featured for Adrian Viterbo, I featured J and D, and we didn't know really who J was, but we knew that D was Doris Payne, a.k.a. Doris Troy. Of course, she had a big hit in 1963 called Just One Look. But prior to that, though, she had releases on the Shirley and the Everest label. This was her third release. It was a duet with as J and D. Came out on the Arliss record label. I played What a Night, Night, Night. It was last week for Adrian Viterbo. This week, listener Jim Lampley in Texas requested the flip side. This one from September of 61. J and D on the Arliss record label. It's called Dream Talk, going out to Jim Lampley in Texas.
Dream talk, dream talk. You say that I'm the only one you're dreaming of. Yes, you say you would get me the moon above. I know it's only dream talk, dream talk, dream talk.
There you go. There, that is. Oh, geez, JN. I lost my place here. JND. I don't know who J is, but D we know is Doris Troy, Doris Lane. As I am losing my mind here because I don't know where these records are. Gotta forgive me, folks. September 1961, J&D there. Dream Talk, the name of that one on the Arliss record label. That is early Doris Troy as Doris Payne. Johnny G here on a Saturday. We welcome in the Oldies and More radio network here to the program. Johnny G playing 1950s and early 60s. Original vinyl 45's out of my collection. And we began at 9 p.m. Eastern time. We're doing a little bit of overtime here, but I don't know where these missing records are. Looking for this next one. As it's a request for Evan Blatt. We are in the year 1961, but Evan Blatt, he went to bed. He's going to hear this on the archive. This is on Vinny Catalano's Blast record label. It's actually the B-side of the 45. The A-side is actually a cool, upbeat novelty song. I have to ask Record Hound, a.k.a. Darren, if he's familiar with a song called Roaches. Used to hear that one on oldie radio back in the 1970s. The group is called the Court Jesters, but Evan requested the killer B-side, a serious ballad on the flip side. And for you collectors out there, the true first presses of this must be a styrene press. I hate styrene, but that's how the first presses come. If you have the vinyl, that's kind of like a reissue, and it's with another number. I think it's Blast 208. This is Blast 201. Let's go to 1961. Give a listen to the Court Jesters. Going out to Evan Blatt. This is on Blast Records. It's called The Trial of My Love, for Evan.
Court comes to order.
The court will come to order.
The trial of my love. She promised me she would always love me. She swore that we'll never ever part. Now I'm charging her, I'm a charging her with breaking my heart. Pay the price. What love, what love. Pay the price. I'm a telling the truth of this affair. I would not take the stand and tell a lie. She crossed her heart that she can only lie. She's telling me goodbye. Pay the price. What love, what love. Pay the price. So ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have heard my evidence to this case. The defendant offered an evidence which proves she'll give it all away. Sinners have to life here in my arms to dwell with me until he turn up tea and feed me forever with love and joy. Whoa, love, whoa, love.
There you go. That's going out to Evan Blatt there. The Sound of the Court, Jesters, 1961 release. Came out on the Blast record label, The Trial Parentheses of Our Love. I used to hear Roaches all the time. I rarely was not till I forget who was playing this side, but somebody was playing it, and that's when I heard it. But I like that ballad. Yes, I do. Johnny G here for a Saturday evening spinning original vinyl 45s. If you're new to the program, tell your friends about it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can send me requests at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Also, anything else you'd like to talk about. There's a lot to talk about tonight, that is for sure. As we continue here, we are in the year 1961, and here's a request for Zachary. As maybe Zachary, I know the Copyright Police, they might be coming for me on this record too. And this is another hit, this group from Brooklyn, New York. It's actually their first of 10 on the Belltone record label out of New York City. Tune co-written by the lead singer, the great Eugene Pitt. And this charted number 3 on Billboard, number 1 on the R&B chart. And you're going to get me in trouble here, Zachary. Yes, you are. He wants to send this one out to all the listeners in the Bedford-Stuyvesant section of Brooklyn, New York. If they're tuned in, I'll be happy about it. At least they'll hear it before they arrest me, the Copyright Police arrest me. But it's from April of 1961, the great Jive Five on Belltone Records, going out to Zachary in our YouTube chat room. It's called My True Story. That's the great sound of the Jive Five. That's going out to Zachary in our YouTube chat room. See, they came back, the Copyright Police. They left and then they came back. They are there. Again, I risk a lot when you request big hits. You really can't. I may be able to get away with it. They give me a little bit of leeway. Not a lot of leeway, but a little bit of leeway. Though Jive Five there, Eugene Pitt, that's their first release on the Belltone label, April 61, a big hit for them. My True Story. As we continue in 1961, we go back out to California. California with this request for listener Mnon, as this was not a big hit for this artist, although she had a release prior to this on the Skyla label in 1961. She would follow it up with this release that came out on Raystar Records, and it's a tune that she co-wrote. And she's being backed up by a group called The Impossibles on this. Let's give a listen to early Linda Carr. Linda Carr has some great soul singles. I'm sure Tony Crosby in the UK is familiar with Linda Carr, but maybe not this release when she was younger. This one from July 61 for Mnon on the Raystar record label. Linda Carr and The Impossibles with her tune called Shy One.
Shy one, shy one, shy one.
Yes, going out to listener Mnon there. Early Linda Carr, July 1961. That's her second overall release on the Raystar record label out of Los Angeles. Shy One is the name of that tune, and she has other releases. SAR Records, that's Sam Cooke's label, a DCP International, a Don Costa's label. Also Ranwood. Didn't Randy Wood own Ranwood after he sold Dot Records, I think? And also releases on Bell. In the 70s, she recorded with a group called Love Squad. Johnny G here on a Saturday. We continue here as we winding down here on the program. We go out to Los Angeles, California with this request for Joe. Joe, is this your request? I don't. Is this Joe Shacatano? Yes, this is your request. This is a request for Joe Shacatano. This singer, he was the lead singer of the Valiants, but he left the group in 1958, and he recorded with some members of the Squires with a release on the Dice label as Billy Fortune and the Squires. That also came out on the Deck label as Billy Jones and the Squires. I have both those records. Don't know if they're both the same, but I haven't played them here in a while. I should pull that out to play. But he went solo later on in '58, I featured that Barbary Coast not too long ago here on the program, and with releases on the Columbia label, he did and then he did 3 for Atlantic. Now this is the A side of his third and final release for Atlantic, and it's actually a cover song. This was recorded back in 1956 on the Checker label by the Flamingos. But let's give a listen to Billy Storm's version of this. And interesting that he's supervised by Phil Spector on this. And this charted number 80 on KTSA in San Antonio, Texas. We go to July 61 for Billy Storm, going out to listener Joe Shacatano. Billy Storm on Atlantic with his rendition of the tune A Kiss from Your Lips.
A kiss from your lips changed my whole life around. A kiss like yours can nowhere be found. Gee, how blessed I am to have a kiss from your lips. A kiss from your lips holds a story still untold. Gee, how blessed I am to have a kiss from your lips. I've loved for many years and kissed a thousand lips, but nothing went right until that night I stole a kiss from your lips. Kiss from your very, very precious lips changed my whole life around. Gee, how blessed I am to have a kiss from your lips.
That's for Joe Shacatano in our YouTube chat room. That's a nice cover there for Billy Storm. Billy Storm from July 1961. That's his third release on the Atlantic label, A Kiss from Your Lips. My label, a little water damage there, but the vinyl is pretty nice for that one. Let's continue now as we move into 1962, and we go back out to the West Coast, although Billy Storm originally out from the West Coast, as is this singer. It's a request for Matey Campboy. Matey Campboy tuned in out on the West Coast in California also. And this singer on this, the lead singer, he was also the lead singer for Rochelle and the Candles. They had a big hit. Their biggest hit was a song called Once Upon a Time. Came out on the Hunter Hancock's Swingin' label, I think, Swingin' Records. But here is not an easy record to find by this singer on the Big Time label. Is this House of Fortune? No, I thought this would have been a George Mottola record, but it is not. But this song was first recorded by the Castles Tones in 1961, and this is a nice rendition by Johnny Wyatt and the High Tones. It's on the Big Time record label, going out to listener Matey Campoy in our YouTube chat room. May 62, Johnny Wyatt and the High Tones on Big Time, and his rendition of the tune We Met at a Dance. This is for Matey.
Dancing, dancing, oh, dancing.
We met at a dance one Saturday night. The orchestra was playing while I held her tight as she introduced herself to me while we were dancing, dancing, oh, dancing. The lights was low and the music was slow, and that was my chance to find true romance as she introduced herself to me while we were dancing, dancing, dancing. As we came face to face in that sweet embrace, with all the stars in our eyes, I knew right from the start that she had came into my heart, and no one could ever take her place. Oh, the touch of her hand, and it was oh so great. While we wandered into Loveland, and she introduced herself to me while we were dancing, dancing. Oh, we were dancing, dancing. Oh, dancing, dancing, dancing.
As going out to Matey Campoy in our YouTube chat room. That's Johnny Wyatt. Johnny Wyatt and the High Tones, May 1962. It's on the Big Time record label out of Los Angeles, California. We met at a dance. Yes, we did. How many of you met your significant other at a dance? I did not. Because in the beginning I was very shy to dance, but not anymore. It was funny. I used to work for Transamerica Leasing, and they used to put on these big Christmas parties. And then when they started playing when the Motown records, I could really do those well. But don't ask me to dance now. Even though I did dance a little bit with Barbara. It's over 12 years ago now, maybe. Johnny G babbling on here. But let's continue here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more 45s to go before we sign off here on the program. And here is a request for listener Adrian Viterbo, who is listening down in Mexico. We go to Detroit, Michigan for this group. First recording for the Mercury label. But I think that was back in 1957 originally. But they would have a big hit in 1959, first on the Flick label, then on Unart Records, called You're So Fine. And they recorded on a bunch of different labels. But the members of this, let me see, this song, wait a minute, there's one they did on... Here's one that they did. It says Atlanta. That's what threw me, Charlene. Here's one they did on the Atlantic record label. The tune written by two of the group members, Eddie Floyd and Mac Rice. And this came out in June of 1962. This charted number 38 on WYLD in New Orleans, Louisiana. It features Joe Stubbs on lead, who was the brother of Levi Stubbs of the Four Tops. This is from June of 1962. The Falcons. The Falcons on Atlantic for Adrian Viterbo. It's called Darling.
What you say, oh, my little darling? What you say, darling? Call one more time, oh, darling. Darling, come back to me. Won't you hear my plea? I know you're in love with someone else, and time again, I know you are my friend, but it seems like a million years, and I just want to say, darling, and I just want to call her one more time, darling, every time I hear someone call your name, baby, my tears come falling down like rain. If you would just give me one more chance, I'll show you I can be a better man. And I just want to say, and I don't believe you heard me, darling, and I just want to call her one more time, darling, darling, I'm gonna call it the midnight hour, darling, and I wanna call her.
There you go. That's going out to listener Adrian Viterbo. That's the sound of the Falcons there. Joe Stubbs, Levi Stubbs' brother, on lead there, June 1962 on the Atlantic label. Darling is the name of the tune. Let's continue here. We move into 1963 with this request for listener Paul Michel, as this singer was a former member of a group called The Gleams. In 1961, they had releases on the Kip label called You Broke My Heart, but he left that group for a solo career. His real name is Frank Montanaro, but he recorded as Frankie Love, and he's from is it Wanta? Did I say it right, Joe Shacatano? Wanta, New York. That's in Long Island. I have to say, my nephew Bobby Galindo, his team defeated that Wanta. I think it's that team. They're 5-0, and he was a player of the game. You can check it out if you Google his name, Bobby Galindo. You'll see the write-up. My mother was watching him, and she's always worried that he's going to get hurt. But he's going to be going to Colgate University. He's the biggest guy on the team. I think he's 6'3", 300 pounds, and he plays both offense and defense. And he was the player of the game because I think they had to triple team him. He was sacking the quarterback. But anyway, that's what Long Island floating in my head, because that's where they live. But he recorded 2 on the La Rosa record label. His first was sort of a hit, a song called First Star. And that received some airplay, at least here on the East Coast. But this is his second release, and the better record, in my opinion, and much harder to find, by the way. It's not that easy to find. This one arranged by Tico Wilshire. When you see that on the label, I say buy the 45. April 63, by request for Paul Michel, Frankie Love on La Rosa Records. It's called Moon of Love.
Moon of love, my crystal ball, does she love me most of all? Be my wheel of fortune up there in the sky. Guardian angel, make her love me until I die.
As going out to Paul Michel there, the sound of Frankie Love. Frankie Love from April 63. On La Rosa Records, Moon of Love is the name of the tune. If he would record that, what was it, First Star? Is that what I said it was? Yeah, I said First Star. He would record that in 1966, I think, for the Loma label. Kind of a soulful version of the song. Yes, he would. 3 more 45s to go before we sign off here on the Vinyltreasure show, and this is a request for Maldonado's Soul Oldies in our YouTube chat room, as this is a solo effort by one of the many lead singers of the Drifters, and he did songs on, or this singer did songs on hits like Some Kind of Wonderful, Please Stay, Up on the Roof, just to name a few. His name is Rudy Lewis, and this is a solo effort on the Atlantic label from May of 1963. Rudy Lewis going out to Maldonado. It's called I've Loved You So Long. Rudy Lewis.
And I've loved you so strong, so strong, so strong, so strong, baby. And now you say you're gone, gone, baby, away from me, away from me. Oh, don't you know my love, my love, my love for you first love's serenade and the thrill of our first kisses and all the vows we made. Yes, and I loved you so long, so long, so long, so long, so long, baby. Yes, and I've loved you so strong, so strong, so strong, so strong, baby. Tell me what I've done wrong. What's wrong, baby? Please don't say so long. Don't say so long. No, baby. Please don't say so long.
There you go. That's going out to Maldonado Soul Oldies in our YouTube chat room. That is Rudy Lewis and a girl group chorus backing him up on that May 1963 on the Atlantic label, I've Loved You So Long. A very nice tune there it is. 2 more 45s to go before we sign off here on the Vinyltreasure show. And this is a request, one I couldn't find last week from Matey Campboy, but there it was. I never looked on my in my files because I thought I didn't clean it. I played it in 2016, and I wasn't cleaning records back then, but evidently I must have. But this is actually a tune originally done back in 1955 on Aladdin by Gene and Eunice, and this is a duo by the name of Johnny and Bill. They are Johnny Terry and Bill Hollings, who were members of the Famous Flames, and I was talking about James Brown's Famous Flames, and this happens to be James Brown's label. It's called Try Me Records, and it is produced by him. It's from May 63. Johnny and Bill, by request for my number one California listener, Matey Campboy, on the Try Me label. Johnny and Bill with their rendition of the tune This Is My Story for Matey.
This is my story. I have no song, just a long and broken hearted. Just because I fell in love with you, I pray, that you come back to me, just to hear you say you love me, and we'll never part from you. Dooba, 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 doo. Whoa, whoa, I pray, that you come back to me, just to hear you say you love me, and we'll never part. No, we'll never part. No, never part. No, never part. No, never part.
There you go. That's going out to Matey Campboy there. That's Johnny and Bill. Johnny Terry and Bill Hollings. They were members of the famous Flames that recorded for James Brown. That one there on the Try Me label from May 63, their rendition of the Gene and Eunice song, This Is My Story. So that's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. This eye is bothering me. I'm telling you, I can't see out of it. It's got some kind of film or something in it, so something's wrong. I got to call the doctor on Monday. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in tonight. Hope you dug on the tunes here. I'm glad to feature all your requests. A little bit of mess up today, but I'm trying to do a lot of things, and still waiting for that CPAP machine. Did I tell you that I stop breathing every 2 minutes? They told me when I did the test. So that's part of my problem. So it's very difficult for me. So how am I supposed to repair myself if my heart stops every 2 minutes? That's not good, because you can damage your body with that. It just never repairs itself. So that's the problem. And once I start that, then I'll probably have a lot more energy and whatnot. So I really have to take care of my health. That's the main thing. But I'm waiting for that machine to start using. I got to use it at least 4 hours a night. So, and I'm not getting that much sleep as it is, but I wake up all the time. I can't really, your body automatically wakes you up. So it's like a built-in mechanism, so you never get to the REM sleep. You never get the snoozes that you need, unfortunately. But I'm working on it, folks. But thank you all for being here this evening. Hope you dug on the tunes here. And again, if you have your requests, you can send them to me at vinyltreasures@AOL.com. And if they block this video because of the hits I made, so let's say you don't see it up there, you will see it. If you go in and check it now, it will be up there, but no chat. But once they run it through their filters, and then you go there and it disappears and you don't see it, well, they're not allowing it to play. So the only way you can get to it is if you get an email from me. If you click that email, it will take you there, but it'll say blocked. So you can always go to my website, vinyltreasures.net. There is it's kind of crazy. Joe Shacatano asked me if I could sort it a different way, because you have to be careful how you name your files. So you have to think of it, because the computer doesn't know. It does it chronologically. So if you're going to do August, September, October, it's never going to go that way. It's going to be August, and then it's going to be the next month after A. That's how it does it. So I never set it up that way, just kept it. So but in case it ever is out of whack, you go to vinyltreasures.net. But it's a stream. You won't be able to see the visual. But I'm at the mercy of YouTube. There's a lot of people on this that tune into YouTube. So that's really going to get me the biggest exposure it is. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. Glad to feature your requests. Thank you, Charlene, again, for all your help. Couldn't do without Charlene, especially during these times. But we're going to close the show tonight from 1964, and it is a request for Connecticut listener Mike Sapin, our YouTube chat room, and he wants to send it out to Johnny G, the UK dancers, Tony Crosby in the UK, Indrajit, and all the chatters. This is the closer tonight for all of you tuned in the YouTube chat room. This tune originally done in 1962 by Nathaniel Mayer and the Twilighters on Devorah Brown's Fortune record label. But this is a version as done by Vic Thomas and an uncredited group. The uncredited group are the Four Evers. So the Four Evers are backing him up on this. Let's say, so Charlene, this really, is this Vic Thomas? Is Kasha Thomas? Is that right? I'm not sure. I don't know. Vic Kasha Thomas, so maybe that is one and the same person. I don't know. But anyway, September 64, Vic Thomas on the Phillips label, his rendition of the Village of Love. That's it, folks. I am out of here. Please tune in. It's going to be a week from this coming Monday. I'll have a special guest, Bill Obe, here in the studio. He's going to be right over here. We're going to set it up He hasn't contacted me. I told him I think Thursday or Friday is good for the test run. So if he could make it here after 11 a.m., we'll do a test. I'm not gonna announce it. I just may pop up just to see how we sound. So if some of you are around, some of you may be. So if you see it, I need you to tell me how the sounds, if it sounds good, the levels for Bill. That's how we do it. We don't get paid here, unfortunately. But anyway, you got to tune into Bill. And Tony O did a great. If you go to my Facebook page, there is a poster that Tony O did for both, and you should have put Bill's picture on there, not mine. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in. I will see you either this coming Wednesday, because I won't be doing a show Monday, but I'll be back the following Monday with Bill, and then I'll be on the next week on a Thursday, as we're going to announce that too. But anyway, we'll be doing the show on Wednesday night for Soul Records, and then Thursday afternoon will be an ad hoc show. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in. I'll see some of you either Wednesday night, or I'll see you back here on next Saturday beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We are on Oldies and More Radio also for that Wednesday show, and the overtime here on Oldies and More Radio. But anyway, thank you all, folks. Johnny G's got to go. My eye's killing me. Just want to say, everybody, so long. Have a safe and happy week, everyone. Take care. For Mike Sape.
Let me take you to the village of love. Let me hold you tight. Let me treat you right. Come on, come on. Hey, yeah. Come on to the village of love. I wanna take your hand. I wanna make you glad. I wanna give you loving like you never had. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell your mom. Tell your mom. Tell your pop. Tell your pop. We're going back to Arkansas. Come on. Come on. Hey, yeah. Come on to the village of love. Come on, come on. Hey, yeah. Come on to the village of love. Don't you come to the village of love? Why don't you come to the village of love? Why don't you come?